every once in a while, I just wish I had recorded a match. And this is one of those times. You'll find out as we go. Actually, it's probably obvious. This is the first time I got a nuke. And I got it in such an unusual way. In fact, I normally don't even look for enough spawn points to be able to do a nuke. So when I suddenly realize it, you'll see it when at the very moment I do. So I started off in this AA gun and moved forward to get a cap point. There was an AA gun to my right that I was avoiding. I decided initially I usually go over there to kind of do a bit of sniping, but the AA gun was immediately to my right, so I was like, well, I'll go for the cap zone and go get the cap. Now this little spot right here you can tuck right into. It's not going to hide you much, and certainly isn't going to stop you from getting shot. But it's kind of a cute hiding spot. At least you might visually escape immediate notice. The AA gun got shot down, so I am now effectively this heavy tank right here is the only thing nearby. Now the heavy tank is being engaged by an Obel 74, and I didn't know that necessarily. I knew he was being engaged, but not by what. So I'm going to move to where I can possibly get a position to fire on whatever it is. So if it's a heavy tank, obviously I'm not going to be able to do anything with it. Ooh, an M56. I didn't even know that was there. Anyway, so the Obel 74 is making, doing everything he can to make life tough for the heavy tank. But I can't jump up there and just willy-nilly start shooting. Number one, my backup just died. So I'm debating what to do now and figure out who's doing what. Looking around a little bit. I do know about that heavy tank over there to the left, but I'm ignoring him for now because he's focused elsewhere. Check to make sure that was a friendly, not an enemy airplane right there. Now this is a long delay because I didn't want to just act rashly. I wanted to make sure that when I acted, I'd have the best chance I could of actually doing something. And seeing him shoot means he's focused elsewhere. So I worked my way up. And from here, I've got a good shot at his turret. A couple of rounds, and bam, he's dead. Now, I don't want to stick around and look for more trouble right here because I've just revealed my position and somebody might know where it is. There's a heavy tank and a 4005 over there. Whoops! And a tank destroyer just tried to pop me from a distance there. To try and keep this guy busy, I thought about what I might be able to actually hit and go through. But I figured the barrel was my best shot. So I took out the barrel to keep him from shooting me. Of course, he's still got machine guns, and I'm quite vulnerable to those. But I'm going to get out of here. So I get hopping to try and stay out of this guy's firing path. He does know where I'm at least initially here. But the key is to try and see right there. The key was to get out of the way so that other people could potentially take him out, because that's really above my pay grade. Now I do see the 4005, but I hear something to my right. And that takes higher priority. 4005 sees me, or at least I think he sees me. And he's watching for my movements here. I'm trying to make sure that he's tied up when this guy pops over the edge here. And now that he is, and doesn't know I'm here, he's dead. And that 4005 is looking at me again. this is where things get hazy, or hairy, I should say. Because if I catch him at the wrong time, I am mincemeat. But he turned his barrel the other direction, and I brought my gun to bear. Realized that if I don't back off right then, he's going to paste me. And I'm reloading. No, I'm not reloading. I've reloaded. Got him. And again, this is just a... Ooh. This is a matter of trying to engage as many targets as possible. I'm doing pretty darn good so far. I am making use of terrain. I am making things happen. Now, I know that T-34 is causing trouble, but I'm just keeping my position, and he's looking. I think he knows I'm there, or at least knows something is nearby. But I'm keeping an eye on him. I want to make sure that when I shoot, like right now, I take out his barrel before he can do anything. And now that he's actually managed to pop my gunner, so back over the side I go. Now, I know they're capping the point behind me there, and there's not really much I can do about it. But I back up, I get the fire tip put out. And I know that this is not a tenable position for me. That guy is not going to make the same mistake again. But I do try and drop some arty on him. And once I kind of get settled a bit, I figure I'm going to go ahead and get out of here somehow. And my somehow is to smoke it up. And he is just going to try and shoot into the spot in the smoke. Thing is that I'm not going to be there. Now, if I'm disabled, that's one thing. But I'm not going to be there if I have any other choice. That's also above my pay grade. This thing, I don't know. I bet you I could take out the engines. But I don't think I could set them on fire and effectively engage either one of those heavy tanks. They're just a little bit heavier than my itty-bitty pop gun's going to do. Now I hear this other T-26E5, but he doesn't appear to hear me. He continues driving. And so I'm going to circle around him and let him deal with other people or be dealt with by other people. What I didn't know until right about now was that there was a tank destroyer still on the cap point. And when he pulled out in front of me, I popped him a bit, but then I ran out of ammo for this, with that batch of ammo. I have to reload. So I moved behind him, and I popped him as soon as I get ammo. And so far, I am feeling real good about this. Somebody's dropping arty on my position, so obviously I'm not going to stick around there because I have an exposed gunner. This guy caught me by surprise, but thankfully, my machine gun was faster than his. Fastest draw in the West. Ah! Knocked my microphone around. Still getting my... Okay, good. I see the T-34 coming. I know he's out for my blood. But I want to get this cap zone. So I'm going to wait here, get the cap, and then I'm going to bail out of here and hope that he gets distracted by everything else going on. But he sees me, so my last two smokes go. But I didn't expect a building. And this is probably what kills me in the end. If I had not run into that building, I'd have been able to move on from there a little bit quicker and maybe be in a better position. I see the charioteer. I load and hit him with a few rounds. That stops him for long enough for me to move into cover. And now that I've got him from cover, he's dead meat. Oh yeah, I'm good. So now I'm trying to think of something sneaky, somewhere I can hide that's sneaky. Because I got things I got to do. I got repairs I got to do. So I think I'll head in here. I did not expect the big explosion though, which may have been what attracted his attention in the end. And there he is. He lights me up and That's all she wrote for my poor little AA gun. So I switch over to this heavy fighter. And I don't fly these very much, not in the Japan line. They don't typically perform particularly well in ground RB. But I figured I got to spade this thing anyway, so I might as well have some fun. I've spotted the P-61. He's rising in front of me, so I line him up. But he's going to turn before I can get this shot off here. Couple of short bursts, bring it around and do a negative G shot, and he is down. That's when I spotted the Corsair, so I go ahead and flip it over. I do see the SPA firing, but I'm kind of watching more for the Corsair again. Somebody else killed the SPA. All right, now I got this Corsair in my sights. Let's go ahead and start bringing my lead in and fire. I run the play. I fire really close. Takes his wing clean off. One Corsair down. That's two airplanes down. Nice. So now I'm going to flip back and see what I can take out. Somebody starts trying to shoot at me, and I am actually not looking to engage that type of thing right now. So right now it's more important to break visual and then come back after it. There it is. That's an M18 right there. Now that I know what it is, I bring in the guns to bear and it's lights out. But everybody else is kind of ticked off at me now. At this point, both of my engines are black. Now, not black in the traditional entirely dead sense, but like all the cowling around it is black. I've got oil leak. I don't think I've got a water leak at this point, but I got leaks. But I've still got so much ammo left, so I don't really want to go back to base. Not when I've got opportunities to pop a few more odds and ends on my way through. At this point, we've managed to actually start recovering a chance here. The other side has significantly more people than we do. But my team is fighting like demons to make this happen. And I am super proud of this team for making it happen. I see this tank. I don't know what it is for sure, but I give it a few pops. But I know about this one. So I kill it. I believe it turns out that he's one of the ones that was shooting at me and probably was the one that managed to take out one of my engines. Not take it out. Basically damage it enough that I've got issues. But I'm going to bring it around, see if I can do anything about these two guys on Bravo. That's one. But I don't pull out in time. I don't even know that I've earned enough for a nuke at this point. So I spawn in my next vehicle, and I'm like, wait a second. I checked the screen. I have enough points. I can bring in a nuke. So I pop into a nuke. Pop in for a nuke, I should say. Now, I'm playing Japan, so it's a little bit weird to fly a B-29, but that is what it is. I go for a hard climb to try and get as much altitude as possible, because if you try and go in low, it's virtually guaranteed that everybody and their dog is going to be trying to main gun you. Even so, they all know that the nuke is incoming, so I'm hoping that the Focke-Wulf 190 will manage to keep their attention long enough for me to drop the bomb. Now, again, this is my first ever nuke, so I've never done this. I've never experienced this. I don't know what to expect. All I know is that I've got to wait till I get over the battlefield before the nuke actually arms, and I can drop it. Of course, I was not expecting that there would be aircraft able to intercept me before that point. You can see the AA guns right now trying to light me up. I'm well above that. I didn't even see the P-51. The siren is sounding now. I've got the bomb bay open. He managed to damage my turret on one of the passes there. But I'm focused. I want to get this done. Even if I get shot down, I want to be able to drop that bomb. Finally, the bomb goes. And it's too late for me to do anything. The P-51 is out there, but it does not matter. That bomb is away. And there is Daddy's first nuke, or Baby's first nuke. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet. In War Thunder. I was just, yes! Woohoo! Anyway, very fortunate game, really, when you look at it, with all the things that I was doing, the playing an AA gun to start with. I got lucky in a lot of ways to get so many kills then I got more kills with the aircraft. It's just, everything worked perfectly. So what do you think of my gameplay? How did I do on this one, my first time getting a nuke? Let me know in the comments below. You have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you on the next video.